Hi, I'm Jen Peters. Thank you so much for joining me. So today we're going to speak about how to create a solid sense of self. And then I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on actually how to do this in your day-to-day life. So many of us are actually in a position where we really have very little idea about who we truly are. We don't really know what it is that lights us up or brings us joy, or even sometimes what our preferences are. So the reason for this is because mostly due to our early conditioning, we've learnt to shut down our own feelings. We've learnt to shut down our desires, our inner voice, and instead we've become highly attuned to the needs of those people around us. And often that's actually celebrated too, right? We're encouraged to make sure everybody else's needs are met first rather than our own. And we're encouraged to do that right from when we're really tiny. So it's no wonder that so many of us struggle as adults to really anchor solidly into the truth of who we are, because we have no idea who that actually is or what that looks like. So this is especially so for those who resonate with codependency, because with codependency, we are so very much focused on what's going on outwardly that we constantly self-abandon our own needs. So just a little exercise. I invite you to consider the following question. What brings you the most joy? Did you know straight away what it is that brings you joy, or did you have to stop and really think about it? So another question, your closest friend or partner, what brings them the most joy? Most people will find it easier to answer about somebody else than themselves. Don't worry, you're not alone if that was you too. So when we don't have a solid sense of self, we often find that we're filled with self-doubt. We tend to flip-flop a lot, or we will look to others and ask them for what should we do. It's also very difficult to know when to establish boundaries or to make decisions that align with our true self, because we're not in touch with our true self. Most of us have no idea what that actually is. And here's the thing also, I've noticed that, many of us are wanting to bring in, our beautiful romantic partner or our life purpose. We can't anchor into that until we're solidly anchored into ourselves. So here's a few ways that you can actually start cultivating a more solid sense of self. So to begin, the key is to strengthen your awareness of the resonance within your body and make choices that feel resonant and like they fit. So we need to drop out of our head and into our body for this. So for example, each time you have an opportunity to make a choice, rather than kind of weighing things up intellectually, stop and actually ask yourself, how does this option feel in my body versus how does this option feel in my body? And you will notice there's most likely going to be a difference in resonance. Oftentimes one will feel like a beautiful fit. It'll feel really good, like a beautiful alignment, whereas the other option may well feel not just a little bit out or a bit of a misalignment, or else it might feel completely off. And that's when you know that you shouldn't be going down that track. So start noticing how different options feel in your body. Pause, check in, take notice of what resonates and what doesn't. Before agreeing to anything or offering to do something for somebody, stop and pause and just ask yourself, how does it feel in my body to do this? Now, if that thing was accompanied by a bit of a nervous, excited energy, then it's most likely going to be coming from a unhealed wound. Okay, so you're looking for that calmness, that beautiful calm fit, that seamless alignment. So throughout the day, just ask yourself regularly when you see different things around you or you're involved in different conversations, just ask yourself, what are your preferences, rather than going along with what others, either along with what you usually do or with what others want to do. Actually ask yourself, what do I want to do here? What feels good to me? Also, start taking notice of what drains you and what inspires or lights you up. Now, ultimately, we want to be stepping away from or reducing the amount of time we spend in spaces where it's draining us. The things that drain us are out of alignment. That is your soul. That's your guidance system telling you that whatever that thing is not in alignment for you. Whereas when something really inspires you or lights you up, or you lose your sense of time when you're doing it, you know that it's something that is in a beautiful alignment with your actual soul and your true self. Once you've sorted that, try and make a little bit of space each day where you spend just a few minutes even doing what it is that lights you up. So also get used to putting your preferences forward when the opportunity comes up, rather than always prioritizing everybody else. Obviously, you need to be reasonable about it and, not thinking about me. But, actually, your needs are important, instead of always sort of backing down and letting, others make those choices. You put your choices forward occasionally too, because your choices and your preferences matter. And lastly, practice using resonance to make your decisions rather than automatically asking others. Your resonance will always point you in the right direction for you and your true self. And what is right for your true essence and true self may very well be different from an intellectual guidance. Okay, so you've got to come into your body and actually really start noticing that resonance. Okay, my loves, I really hope that was helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you again. And I just ask, feel free to drop us a comment and let us know, some of the tips and tricks you've used to get in touch with your true self. Okay, my loves, take care. Mwah.